Look, so here's the deal, and I don't understand the whole thing about Paris, that the paparazzi are different. Paparazzi in Paris are more aggressive than the paparazzi in Los Angeles. Remember yes. Diana?
Yeah.
We're going to take a break.
When we come back, Nick Carter has a book coming out where he is leveling some really harsh accusations at Paris Hilton.
And this is really a crappy move on his part. He didn't even give Paris Hilton a heads up that he was going to trash her in this book. And the way he trashed her, I got to say, I'm doubting what he's selling. I am doubting Nick Carter in a big way. We are going to take a break. We will explain when we come back. You're watching TMZ Live.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys is quite honestly despicable.
Despicable.
Despicable for the things he's saying. He has a book coming out. It's a tell-all memoir, and it talks about his life in the Backstreet Boys and also his battles with addiction and drugs that he took while he was with the band, when he wasn't with the band. And he also talks a lot about Paris Hilton.
Basically,
they dated.
Right. They dated. He trashes Paris Hilton. He trashes her and blames her for all of his drug addictions and all of his problems. And now we find out he didn't have the decency, number one, to even call her and give her a heads up. And by the way, there's some question as to whether this is true at all, that Nick Carter had problems long before he met Paris Hilton. But in addition to that, he's acting like, oh, this is not the point of the book. This is exactly the point of the book. It's how he's selling the book. Here's what he says.
When was the last time, if you don't mind me asking, that you spoke to her? And did you give her a heads up that any of this was going to be coming out in the book?
No, because the book's not really about anyone else. I mean, I mentioned things that I've gone through in my life and people who that I dated to a certain degree, but it's not about them. It's not a gossip book. It's not talking crap. So really what it's all about is just trying to help other people out there. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
Well, so falling back on that now.
Gee, let's think about the game here. I mean, how stupid does Nick Carter think you are that when he writes this in the book and they put this out, that this is the headline, this is what's selling his book?
He knows that this is ahead of the book coming out. This is what people will latch onto and they'll talk about, and therefore he gets publicity for his book.
I hate to say it, but nobody cares that much about Nick Carter. When he starts blaming Paris Hilton, they care more. And
but
then
you know what, Harvey? I think it's a testament actually to Paris Hilton to see how far she's come and where she's at. And if you look at him, that he's trying to like put her down to get ahead in his own career. It's ridiculous. And can we talk about how photoshopped the cover of that book is as well?
Yeah, it does seem pretty photoshopped. I know, I saw that too, Peter. I was looking at that.
Hey, honestly, I'm a Nick Carter fan, but he should have called Paris Hilton before releasing a book saying that she's a crappy girlfriend and that she got him addicted to drugs. He started taking drugs when he was 15. He said that.
That's right. That's right.
She wasn't around back then, so what's the deal?
Erica, thank you, because that's the point. This was happening long before he met Paris Hilton. And what a wuss that he's saying, oh, Paris Hilton partied so much that she made me do drugs. What a wuss with no backbone that he's saying the girl he was dating.
And if he says that the point of the book, now he's saying the point of the book is that he wants to help other people who are dealing with addiction. Well, that's not the way you deal with addiction, to start blaming other people.
I don't think she handcuffed him and took him out partying. Yeah. And he has a will of his own.
No, we had plenty of video of them. He was very willingly going out with Paris, partying all over the place.
And then to pretend like that's not what this book is about, when that's exactly how he's selling the book, is really shameful.
I just want to sell the book that way, but the book's
right,
not
but the book's
that.
not about that. But here's how I'm selling the book exactly.
I feel like he strategically picked when to release the book because
exactly
right now, Paris is like at the peak of her prime right now. She's totally made a comeback. I mean, if he released this maybe a year ago or so, it'd be like, whatever. But everyone's talking about Paris, you know, being an excellent DJ and everything like that. And of course, he releases it when everyone's talking about her.
This is from @TianaLee13. Everyone forgot about Nick, and then bam, Paris skyrocketed him again. Nick should thank her instead of blaming her for his problems.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, let's move on. This is really interesting.
So Samuel L. Jackson, we say this all the time on the show, that celebrities very